Okay, so in today's Gita session, we will be reading three verses from chapter 16. So, chapter 16 uh, talks about divine and demonic nature. So, what are the attributes that someone with uh, divine quality will have, and what are the attributes that someone with demonic quality will have? Okay, so this is about chapter 16. So we already have set of moral values in our society. So we know what are the attributes that a person should have uh, for him to be a good person. But what is there from Gita? So that we will be knowing today. So we will be uh, talking about the uh, divine properties, the attributes which will inculcate divine disposition in us. Okay, so that we will be talking about today, and these are in three verses. The first three verses of chapter 16. Okay, so divine, as I told before, Bhagavad Gita, as I told before, it's a spiritual book. Uh, so our rishis, the wise people identified that there is something higher than the material plane, which we call a spirit, is more valuable than uh, the things which are there on the material plane. So what is again, what is the advantage of reading Bhagavad Gita? So Bhagavad Gita is a book of knowledge, okay, which helps us to evolve, okay, move higher, 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 higher. Means, bring about evolution. So we have been evolving. We were like, animals living in jungles and all. So we have evolved. So, but this evolution has to be continuous process. And Gita is guide for this. So that's why many people call it, it's a life guide. Okay. So, life manual. And yes, we have to keep revisiting, keep, reciting the verses of Bhagavad Gita so that, it reminds us, yeah, what are the attributes that we need to inculcate so that, it helps us in our evolution. And that is only human being can do. Animals cannot work towards their evolution. But we, as human being, have got this faculty. That's why human life is precious, wherein every day we can work for our evolution, our advancement, our advancement, our advancement. Okay. So in today's world, in material world, advancement has different connotation. Okay, and that advances causes more miseries and pain uh, than the bliss that we expect, than the anand that we expect. So we acquire so much of wealth, but at the same time we develop so many diseases also. Okay, so what we earn through your hard, through our hard work, we use that to put poison in our body, to put poison in our relationship. Okay, so that's where Bhagavad Gita becomes relevant. It tells you that there is something above this material plane, okay, which will make you blissful, which will make you blessed, which will make you happy, which will make you anandit. Okay, so Bhagavad Gita is very, very relevant. Okay. And it has realized, Bhagavad Gita's wisdom will tell you that material prosperity is not enough for you to be happy, for you to be in anand, in bliss. So that's where we realize the need to elevate ourselves, evolve ourselves to the spiritual plane, to the, you know, uh, a spiritual level. Okay. So the first three verses talks about, as I told you, the attributes of a person with divine disposition. Okay. Uh, so let me read these three verses and then we will talk about all these attributes one by one. Sri Bhagavan Vach. Sri Bhagavan Vach means The one
Lord
who has
Krishna.
written Bhagavad Gita, he did not take credit for it. Okay, definitely, it is Ved Vyas, who was renowned rishi, in our history. Okay, very, very renowned rishi who wrote this Mahabharat. Okay, the great epic, and Bhagavad Gita is part of that epic. So he gives this knowledge through, you know, Lord Krishna. So he says, Lord Krishna says, okay. So Sri Bhagavan Vach, Abhayam Sattva Sanshudhir Jnana Yoga Vyavasthitih Danam Damascha Yagyascha Swadhyayas Tapa Arjavam Ahimsa Satyam Akrodhash Tyagah Shantir Paishunam Daya Bhuteshu Lolupvam Mardhavam Ririchapalam Tejah Chama Dhritihi Shaucham Adroho Natimanita Bhavanti Sampadam Devim Abhijatasya Bharata. Okay. So, I try to count. So there are 25 attributes which have been talked about in these three verses. So let's start with one, the first one. That is abhayam, fearlessness. If you have divine disposition, divine, uh, you know, uh, attitude or quality, you must be fearless. Don't fear about future. Don't fear about any kind of insecurity. What will happen to my job tomorrow? What will happen to my kid after his graduation, whether he will get job or not? So all kinds of fear, fear of losing life, any kind of fear should not grip you if you have divine disposition. So fearlessness. So this has been mentioned as the first attribute, first divine attribute. Okay. Then second one is sattva samshuddhi. Samshuddhi means purity of your mind. Your thoughts should be pure. You should not have malified intention to hurt someone, okay, or to play politics and get ahead of someone uh, through improper means. So that is purity of thought. Your thought should be pure. Okay, you should not think anything negative or anything which will hurtful to someone. So abhyam sattva samshuddhir jnana yog. What is jnana yog? Okay, jnana yog means try to know things. Don't just accept something which have been going on since a generation, so I am accepting it. No, try to know why we should do like this or why we should do this. So that is Gyan Yoga Vyavasthita, means situated in the knowledge. I do logic. I ask questions. I want to know why. Why? So that is the reason science is also a spirituality. Okay. And Gita promotes you towards, having scientific temper. You should ask questions. You should not simply accept in the name of astha, in the name of tradition. Why this? Why I should do this? Why I shouldn't do like this? What is the benefit? What is the reason? So that is what Gyan Yoga. Yoga means, you say, Yog is a Sanskrit word which means addition. Yog. So, if you go to north, people say, iska yog karo. 5 और 6 का योग कितना होगा? So योग is nothing but addition. So addition means association. So associating yourself with knowledge, with wisdom, that is your jnana yoga. Knowing things, not simply accept. And that too, accepting from someone who is like niramurk, no knowledge, but giving some gyan, and you are accepting it. That should not be there. So Gita says, very strongly says, be situated in knowledge. Know things, then do things. Know whether it is right or wrong. Why? So these questions, these kind of temperament should be there. So that is also a divine disposition. Demonic disposition will accept whatever it is, but divine disposition will not accept whatever it is or as it is. Understand? So that is your Jnana Yoga Vivasta. Danang damascha yagyascha. Dan. Okay, so this is your, Dan is your third attribute. So we should involve in charity. Okay, so when we involve in charity, we expend ourselves, you know, and that's what, everyone wants expansion. Okay, so we involve ourselves in the material expansion, buying land, flats and all those things, but spiritually also we need to expand to feel the bliss. And we can feel the bliss only when we are expanded at a spiritual level. And charity is one of the acts, you do to expand yourself at a different plane. That is the reason, you see, after earning billions of dollars, these billionaires get into, NGOs, and start doing all kind of, charity and welfare projects. Okay, uh, take, Bill Gates. Okay, there are many examples. Okay, because when you expand yourself at a spiritual level, okay, then only you will get the bliss. Material level expansion, you keep expanding, and you will keep acquiring more pain. Okay, to some level, yes, material expansion is needed, but after that, it's you will feel like, the futility of it. There is no benefit, there is no uh, you know क्या बोले उसको कि you know you cannot get bliss out of material expansion. So charity, it's attribute of uh, you know uh, it's a divine attribute, divine disposition. Damas, dam. What is dam? Dam is self-control. Daman is, it's a word which is derived from daman means, control, to control something. So here when we say dam, control your senses. Because, at natural level, we are driven by our natural tendencies. And natural tendencies, if we go by natural tendencies, we are like animals. Okay, so we are human being. So, we have to advance upward, okay, and move up the uh, natural tendency. So we have to control our natural tendency. Our natural tendency says that, okay, sleep, enjoy, you know, do something, which will make this skin and senses happy and all. But we control it. We get up early in the morning. Why we get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, when we don't feel like getting up? Because that is required for evolution, to evolve ourselves, to make ourselves better. Okay. So Daman is required. Dhamma. We have to have this self-control. I feel like eating this. Okay. But I control myself. Okay. I control my senses. So that is your Dham. And then Yagya. Okay. So Yagya has, like, people think that it's just a ritual. Okay. Ritual of, offering something in fire. Okay. So that is yajna, we all know. But in Gita, the meaning of yajna is different. Okay. So what is the meaning of yajna? There are 3, 4 verses which describes the meaning of yajna in in Gita. Okay. But I will just brief about it. What does yajna mean? Yajna means, the demonical tendencies that you have, the demerits that you have, okay, getting rid of it, burning it out. That is the yajna at novice level. Okay, so the demonical properties.
I want to check was Nesco unit because it's a long word.
Where?
The units.
Okay.
The units.
Okay. So, the burning the demonical, devilish tendencies, has been called Yajna in Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so Bhagavad Gita, you see, Bhagavad Gita doesn't promote rituals that we find, in the religious places that we see. Okay, those are all, of primary level. But when you advance, in spirituality, you realize that, those are not important. What does it mean, ritual, putting something and, picking something, putting it in fire? You ask, Gyan Yog Vyavasthita. How is it going to benefit? So that is not yet. That was ritual, at some point of time. But once you understand things, once you get deeper, these are useless things. Okay. So basically, yajna means in Bhagavad Gita, yajna means burning the demonical tendencies. Okay. Do something which will strengthen your divine impulses. Okay. So the purpose of yajna is to strengthen the forces of righteousness in your heart and mind. Okay, so that is what yajna means. So we should do yajna. We should, we should, we should destroy, the negative qualities, the demonical properties, that we might have. Everyone has it. See, a human being is born with all the demerits. Okay, and in the process of evolution, we keep refining it, getting rid of this. Okay, so that yajna should be there. And then swadhyaya. Swadhyaya means self-study. You read books. You see, even science promotes, reading books. So when you read books, definitely you get some wisdom, which otherwise you cannot get. You get information. Okay. So reading can be, you read science, you read psychology, you read politics, you read sociology. Okay. So that's how you increase your knowledge. And then only you will be situated in knowledge. You will not accept, you will not go by asthas, okay, which are obsolete, sometimes nonsense. Okay. So swadhyaya, self-study is very important. And then it is tap. Tap means what? Tap means, you know, to sacrifice yourself. Sometimes, you have to tolerate something to evolve. For example, when you run, you feel tired and you feel like stopping. No, now I have to stop. But still you keep pushing yourself. That is what the tap is. Tap is austerity. Tap is you feel like eating so many dishes. Okay. But no, I will eat like this. I will eat simple. Okay. Even if your senses says, no, give me this, give me this, give me this. So that is what the tap is. Austerity. In English, austerity is the right word to use it. And then arjavam. Arjavam means simplicity. We should bring in simplicity. So I had read somewhere like, simplicity is the biggest luxury. And I have seen many people. I can give example. I don't want to be specific and name some person, but I know many people. But yes, of course, I can name APJ Abdul Kalam. Okay. You take all, big scientists. Scientists, I consider scientists as a spiritual people because they are situated in knowledge. Understand? So see, Abdul Kalam Azad, how simple he was. I know many billionaires. One I know personally. And if I talk about the simplicity that he follows, all of us will be surprised and amazed. Okay. So simplicity is the biggest luxury that we can have. So that is your Arjavam. So in the first verse, we, eight attributes, divine attributes are mentioned. Abhaya, Satya Suddhir, Jnana Yog, means, be situated in Jnana Yog, Dan, Dam, Yajna, Swadhyay, and Arjavam. That is simplicity. Okay, now we see how precious it is. This single verse is more valuable than diamond. And once you become simple, you become very rich. You don't have to, struggle like mad and, have so many fears, insecurity, nothing. I don't need this. So why I should be insecure about it? Understand? So, Gita's every verse is precious, invaluable. Now the second verse starts with ahimsa satyam akrodhas Tyagah Shantir Paishunam. Ahimsa, non-violence. When we say non-violence, it doesn't mean that, someone attacks you and you say surrender. Okay, no problem. I am surrendering because I don't do hinsa. No. Gita has been preached in the middle of battlefield. Ahimsa should not be construed in a way that, makes you weak, that makes you vulnerable, and that makes you like, someone who always surrenders. No. Here, ahimsa means unnecessary, without any reason, don't hurt anyone. And when, it says ahimsa, it's not hurting physically. It means, you don't say something which will hurt him mentally. Okay, so ahimsa encompasses, it has bigger meaning. It doesn't involve, just blood or violence. Okay, so if by saying something we are hurting someone, that is also a hinsa. So not doing hinsa is non-violence, ahimsa. So, uh, you know, Bhagavad Gita very much stresses on ahimsa, but it doesn't stress on surrendering yourself. You have to be strong. You have to be tolerant. You have to do yudhyasva, titikshasva, tolerate. Okay. Don't accept something which is wrong. Defend yourself. Okay. But at the same time, it says, don't unnecessarily hurt anyone. Even trees. Okay. Don't hurt. Yeah. For your survival, it is needed, but not unnecessary cut trees out of, out of your desire and out of your, passion, to expand materially. Don't destroy this nature. So, this is in accordance with, living together with nature. Okay, so we have to show non-violence in our act, in our speech, in our behavior. Okay, and in our habits also. Very important. Ahimsa, satyam. Satyam means stay with truth. Whatever is true, no, you stay with it. If you start, falsifying things or, telling lie, to save that lie, you'll have to run a project. You have to always remember what did I tell? What had I told? So that makes life very complicated and difficult also. Suppose, you have told 10 different lies. Now you have to remember all those lies to defend it in the future. What I had told. Understand? But if you are true, you don't have to remember it. You don't have to work so hard to defend it like lawyers do. They tell lies. And to defend that lie, how much a struggle it is. And it's a pain only. Okay. So stay in truth. Satyam, be truthful in your behavior, in your speech. Akrodh, don't get angry. Don't get angry. Okay. In general, if you become angry, it will hurt you physically as well as mentally also. Okay, mentally you will be disturbed, and physically there will be secretion of chemicals which will spoil your health. It may cause long-term disease like blood pressure. It may cause long-term disease like, heart disease. Okay. So sugar, diabetes. Yeah. So akrodh. Akrodh means, no anger. And then tyagah. Tyagah means sacrifice. You should have willingness to sacrifice in the time of need. If there is need, be ready to sacrifice. Be ready to sacrifice something of material value is important for you. Be ready to sacrifice your time. It may be your family, it may be society, it may be country, it may be your team. Sometimes for the benefit of team, you have to sacrifice. Understand? So this is very, very important. So sacrifice has been identified as divine quality, divine disposition. Hmm? So ahimsa satyam krodhas tyagah shantih upaishunam. And you should be peaceful. You should be peaceful. Shanti. Okay. Don't get disturbed because of the external regions. Okay. There are many events happening around us. Okay. Which has, potentiality to disturb us. So let's keep us cool and calm. It is very much needed from medical reasons also, from medical perspective also. When you stay peaceful, okay, you keep the secretion of chemicals and hormones in your body balanced, and thereby you can maintain good health. Understand? So shanti and upaishunam. Upaishunam is what? Upaishunam means, finding the fault. Many people have tendency to find faults with other. क्या सर, उसको तो कुछ नहीं आता है, क्या सर वो ऐसा काम करता है, अरे यार, forget it. Focus on evolving yourself and the people around you. You see, Gita doesn't tell you to be selfish. It tells you evolve yourself, at the same time help people around you evolve. Don't find fault. Okay, उसको ये नहीं आता है, he doesn't know this, he doesn't know that, he is idiot. Okay, if he is idiot, help him make a better person. So upaishanam, it's not a divine attribute. Finding fault with others, helping others get rid of his demerits, it's something which is appreciable. Okay, but finding fault, it's a demonic nature. So far we talked about uh, 14 divine attributes. Fearlessness, the purity of your heart and mind, staying in knowledge, charity, self-control, sacrifice, uh, then self-study, simplicity, non-violence, truthfulness, and avoiding anger, hmm, staying peaceful, and not doing fault finding. Okay. Now let's talk about the other attributes. Daya bhuteshu loluptvam mardhavam hiri chapalam. Okay. We should show pity towards all living being. All living being. We should be pitiful. If someone is in need, go help him out. Hold his hand. Get him out of the pain. Get him out of the out of the misery that he might be in. So daya bhuteshwa lo luptam and alo luptam. Alo luptam means don't be greedy. Whatever you are getting with the grace of God, by dint of your hard work or by luck, whatever you are getting, be satisfied with that. It. Looking at someone's Mercedes, you should not feel like, no, I also should have Mercedes. I also should have BMW or this big bungalow and all. No. Gita says, alo luptvam, it's a divine quality. Don't be greedy. You do your duty, grace of God, whatever you get, accept it. Be happy with it. Happiness is inside. There is no tool in Mercedes or BMW which sprays happiness on you. Okay, it is inside. So this we have to understand. So daya bhutesu loluptam aloluptam mardavam riri chapalam. Mardavam means what? Mardavam means gentleness. You should be gentle. When we are gentle, we are kind towards others. We are soft towards gentle. No? His behavior is gentle. Don't shout at someone, your team member, your colleague. Don't shout at them. Your behavior should be gentle. Talk softly. Listen to his problem or his, difficulty. Okay, and let's try to address it. So that's what the Mardhavam is. So gentleness. This is again, it's a divine attribute. Hri Chapalam. Okay. Uh, Hri means modesty. Now you see, gentleness is one thing, and modesty means what? keeping your profile low. I am the boss. I am senior. No, this is not modesty. You should be modest. Okay. You have come to this position because of whatsoever reason, but that should not, inflate your ego. You stay modest. Okay. Keep your profile low. No, no. So that is Mardhavam and Achapalam. Achapalam means determined. Determined in your mind. I will do it. After starting the work, no, 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 I cannot do it. No, no, let me get into another thing. Okay, let me try something else. No, you should be determined in your mind. That is your achapana. You should not be, fickling. Understand? So determination, I know this again, it's a divine quality. So far we have talked about 19 attributes, which someone with the divine disposition will be having. And then the third and last verse for today, that is Tejah Chama Dhritihi Shaucham Adroho Nati Manita. Tejah. Tejah means what? Vigor, brilliance. Okay. So mental and emotional enthusiasm. देखिएगा किसी को, when some activities or he'll be very active. I'll very happy in doing something. Okay, so that tej, that is called tej, mental and emotional enthusiasm that you should have. Whatever activity you are doing, do it with enthusiasm. Okay, so teja chama, you should be forgiving. Forgiveness, anyway, it's a divine, we don't, this is our social moral values also teaches us. And then dhriti. Dhriti again is the courage to face difficulty. You should not shy away from difficulty. You should be courageous enough. Okay, this is difficult. Okay, I will do it. So that courage you should have. That is again, it's a divine attribute. So teja, chama, dhriti, shaucham. Shaucham means cleanliness. We should stay clean. Okay, so this has been, uh, you know, uh, uh, this has been given importance in all the books, all the guiding books. Quran also says, that cleanliness, and that is the reason, Muslims, they will wash their hands 5 times and follow some restroom rules and all. Okay, so shaucham it's a divine attribute. Cleanliness. Shaucham adroho nati manita. Adroh means non-envious. We should not have envy towards anyone. As I told you, Gita is not a religious book or book meant for people of particular religion. It is a human-centric book. It addresses the entire humanity. It doesn't address Hindu or Sanatan or someone. No, it addresses the entire humanity. In Gita, every human being, even every living being, is important, and they have uh, uh, similar respect. They should have similar respect. So this is what the Gita is. So Gita is not for Hindu or for Muslim or for Christians. It's a book for human being. Okay, so this is very important fact, that we all should understand. So Adroho, don't be envious towards anyone. Okay, Nati manita, and we should not have excessive pride. Ati manita. We should have pride, but not excessive pride. Sala mein to sahab ban gaya. No, we should not have this. No pride. So, modesty should be there, but pride should not be there. So, this way, and then Lord Krishna is saying, Bhavanti sampadam devim avijatasya bharata. Bharat, Arjun has been addressed by various names in Bhagavad Gita. So he is being addressed here as Bharat. So then he is telling that, Arjun, you are born with all these qualities, the 25 qualities that I talked about. Okay. So I will name these qualities, okay, in English as well as in Sanskrit. So abhyam, that is fearlessness, sattu sanshuddhi, purity of mind and heart, jnana yog vyavasthita means be logical, stay in knowledge, stay in wisdom. Don't accept something in the name of astha and all. So that is your Gyan Yog Vyavasthita. Danam, charity. You should do charity. Damah means self-control. Yagya means burning your desires. Basically, burning your desires. Desire is the root cause of all problems here. You know, the whole third chapter of Bhagavad Gita is dedicated to uh, talking about the negatives of desire. Okay. So yajna is nothing but burning of your desires. Okay. So charity, self-control, burning of your desire, and self-study. Swadhyaya, tap. Tap means austerity, and arjavam means simplicity. So eight. These are eight attributes. Then we are going to next verse. Then non-violence. Non-violence in our speech, in our act, in our habit. Non-violence should be there. Satyam, truthfulness. Truthfulness should be, should be part of our personality. Satyam, akrodh, no anger. Tyag, sacrifice. Shanti, peace. Apaishanam, stop fault finding in others. Then, daya, pity, mercy towards every living being. Daya sarva bhutesu. Every living, aloluptvam, no greed. Then mardavam. Mardavam means gentleness. Gentleness means softness, kindness, tenderness, in our behavior, in our speech. So mardavam, hrid, modesty. Don't feel that, you are big or something. So keep your profile low. That is your hiri. Achapalam. Achapalam means determined. Determined in your thought. Okay, determined in your mission. Then teja. Teja means you should be enthusiastic emotionally and mentally in whatever act you are doing. Then chama, forgiveness. Dhriti means again courage. Dhriti is courage to face the difficulty. Okay. Shaucham, cleanliness. Adroho, don't be envious towards anyone. No atimanita, no excessive prides. So these are 25 attributes which have been talked about in the first three verses of chapter 16 in Bhagavad Gita. Okay, and we also try to inculcate these attributes in our personality, and we will see the change. We will see the benefit of it. That's why Bhagavad Gita is life manual. Bhagavad Gita is a book of knowledge which helps you evolve yourself. Okay, so that's all from verse and their meaning perspective. Now we can have a short question answer session. Okay, so any question from anyone?
नहीं सर मैंने गॉड तो आपने काफी अच्छा से एक्सप्लेन किया और काफी क्लियर था इट वाज वेरी क्लियर
Great, great.
and a little bit Hindi background. I mean, we have Hindi background also, Sanskrit and Hindi math. So many things. Okay, when you start, then I learned also that yes, we know this one.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so that is the reason I say everyone should read Gita. Gita, you see, I'm not wearing something or I have not burning some incense stick and put prasad and all. It's all Gita is a book of knowledge.
Correct.
It can be acquired at any stage, in any situation. We don't have to do so many rituals or preparation to read it. Read it, acquire, know the knowledge, okay, and then try to inculcate it and change yourself. This is for your change. This is for yourself. This is not for, someone else. Okay, your transformation. You want to transform yourself? Read Bhagavad Gita. It has been 5,000 years since this book was written.
Written.
Even today, it has got relevance.
Relevant.
The biggest motivational speakers, they take the knowledge and wisdom from Bhagavad Gita, and they do their sessions. Okay, so it's a great book in terms of knowledge and wisdom. It tells what is important in your life, what is not important. So once you have this understanding, many of your miseries, pain, and difficulties will go away. So that's what the Bhagavad Gita is. Okay. So, with this, then, I'm ending this session if we don't have queries.